Welcome to Gary Talks. I've dedicated quite a few episodes to looking at my top 10 favorite albums from decades. I looked at the 70s, 80s, 90s, 2000 to 2009, so in today's episode, I'm going to look at my top 10 favorite albums from the 2010s. In the episode when I looked at my top 10 favorite albums from 2000 to 2009, I said that was probably my least favorite decade of music. Luckily, once 2010 rolled around, it seemed that music really picked up, and there are so many great albums in this decade. And, for the very first time, a country album has made my top 10 list. So we'll start there. Coming in at number 10, Chris Stapleton, From a Room, Volume 1.
Don't put my love on your back burner. Never let anything that hot get cold.
From a Room Volume 1 is a masterclass in restraint, soul, and stripped-down Southern storytelling. Chris Stapleton's voice is a weathered, soulful instrument that can move from gritty growl to wounded whisper in a single line.
Sing my share of broken halos, folded wings that used to fly.
Songs like Broken Halos are full of quiet devastation and moral weight. The production lets the songs breathe and the emotions simmer. Stapleton leans into old-school country, blues, and southern rock, drawing strength from tradition while making it feel fresh.
We can just go on like this. Say the word, we'll call it quits.
Unlike most country music, there is nothing pop here. This is outlaw gospel drenched in heartbreak and dust.
I won't love you either way.
Next up at number 9, not the only band on my top 10 list who is known for wearing masks. Hollywood Undead, Day of the Dead.
Hold on, Holy Ghost. Go on, hold me close. Better run, here we come, it's the Day of the Dead. Hold on.
With Day of the Dead, Hollywood Undead continues to blend rap rock, industrial beats, and nu metal hooks into a sound that's always teetering between party and apocalypse.
If everybody gotta be everything they wanna be, I don't think I've seen you bitches sitting right in front of me. You can tint the windows, packing up the pencil. Bitches talking shit, but we're Hollywood here, so you can come west.
It's loud, messy, and utterly committed to its own madness. Loaded with aggressive verses, scream-along choruses, and a sense of anarchy that's more fun than it should be.
I think of you now and then. The memories never end when gravity pulls you in.
Each member brings their own persona and vocal style, which gives the album a shifting, unpredictable rhythm. It's theatrical, trashy, and totally aware of it. This is music for people who want to punch the sky and feel something explode. Controlled chaos turned all the way up. My wife and I saw this next band at the House of Blues in Hollywood, and we were pretty much the oldest people there. We sat at a table with a lady, and she looked at us and said, "Oh, are your kids here? Where are they?" My wife pointed at me and said, "We're here because of this guy." Coming in at number 8, Black Veil Brides, We Stitch These Wounds. We Stitch These Wounds is an unapologetic theatrical dive into emo metal. Part war cry, part wounded diary entry. This debut album from Black Veil Brides is fueled by adolescent fury, grand ambition, and glam metal flair. Andy Biersack leads with a commanding voice, equal parts defiant and desperate, backed by shredding guitar solos and pummeling drums. It's a raw album, but the rough edges are part of the appeal. Tracks like Knives and Pens and Perfect Weapon are anthems for a generation of outsiders.
What final fight for this soon ahead? With knives
The band has since softened their sound a bit, but we stitch these wounds as Black Veil Brides at their best. Coming in at number 7, Fall Out Boy, American Beauty, American Psycho.
Think I fell in love again. Maybe I just took too much cough medicine. I'm the best, worst thing that hasn't happened to you yet. The best, worst.
American Beauty, American Psycho is Fall Out Boy in full arena rock mode. Every track is designed for sing-alongs and stadium speakers built around dense production. It's part glam, part punk, part hip-hop, restless and loud, but never directionless.
She wants to dance like Uma Thurman. Bury me till I confess. She wants to dance like Uma Thurman, and I can't get you out of my head.
Songs like Uma Thurman and Centuries turn pop culture references into lyrical weaponry. The hooks are massive, the choruses are layered like a wall of sound, and the whole thing moves like a high-speed roller coaster.
Some legends are told, some turn to dust or to gold, but you will remember me for centuries. Just one mistake.
It's the sound of a band that stopped worrying about where they belonged and decided to own the chaos instead. My wife, daughter, and I went to see Awall Nation at LA Live, and the opening band was a band I had never heard of before, and they had a crazy name, and you know how it is most of the time. You see an opening band, they kind of bore you, and you never hear from them again. So that's kind of what I expected to happen. But I was wrong. This band was the best opener I have ever seen in concert, and they blew Awall Nation away. Pretty much from the moment where they brought out a ton of drums, started playing this song called Radioactive, I knew these guys were going to be huge. Coming in at number 6, Imagine Dragons, Night Visions.
I'm waking up, feeling my bones, enough to make my system blow. Welcome to the new age, welcome to the new age.
Night Visions is the album that launched Imagine Dragons from indie oddity to global phenomenon, thanks to its unique fusion of rock, electropop, and tribal drums. Radioactive became an anthem of the decade. Throbbing, defiant, and futuristic, but the album has range. I mean, you also have introspective songs like Demons. And then you have pure joy with It's Time.
It's time to begin, isn't it? I get a little bit bigger than that. I'll admit I'm just the same as I was. Now don't you understand that I'm never changing who I am?
The production is bold and layered, built around booming percussion, cinematic synths, and catchy hooks. It's a record that captures the mood of the early 2010s, uncertain, ambitious, and craving something larger than life. Coming in at number 5 is a band that made this great, awesome album and then has pretty much never been heard from again. Fun, Some Nights.
Some nights I stay up, cashing in my bad luck. Some nights I call it a draw.
Some Nights is a bombastic, heartfelt fusion of indie pop and Broadway theatrics, full of anthemic highs and lyrical vulnerability. The album's title track and We Are Young are generational lightning bolts. Songs about uncertainty, celebration, and the strange melancholy of growing up in a world that doesn't offer easy answers.
What do I stand for most nights? I don't know anymore.
The production is grand, layered with choruses, marching drums, and queen-like flourishes, but it never feels bloated.
Tonight, we are young. So let's set the world on fire. We can burn brighter than the sun.
There's real sadness tucked inside the shout-along choruses, a sense of searching beneath the spectacle. Some Nights is restless, romantic, and proudly over the top. Next up at number 4, the only soundtrack on my list, Inside Llewyn Davis.
If I had wings like Nora's dove, I'd fly.
Much like their most popular soundtrack album, Oh Brother Where Art Thou, the Coen brothers turned to T-Bone Burnett to help put together this soundtrack of old folk songs. But unlike Oh Brother, this time all the actors actually sang their songs. Oscar Isaac has some great tracks like Fare Thee Well, Hang Me Oh Hang Me, and The Death of Queen Jane. Justin Timberlake shows up for a couple songs, but none are better than this one, that also features Adam Driver.
Please, Mr. Kennedy, I don't wanna go. Don't show me out of space. Oh, please, Mr. Kennedy, I don't wanna go. Don't show me out of space. I sweat when they stuff.
Yes, we get Kylo Ren and Poe Dameron singing together. The other standout track, which is also fun to sing when you have been drinking Irish whiskey, is the Auld Triangle.
And the old triangle went jingle, jangle, all along the banks of the Royal Canal.
I'd say probably the only songs that bring this down a little for me are the original versions of songs by Bob Dylan and Dave Von Ronk. Both important to the history of folk, but just not my cup of tea. Next up at number 3, a band that was also on my top 10 favorite albums from 2000 to 2009. Vbeat, Seal the Deal, and Let's Boogie.
Counting days till it's over, my friends, till it's over, my friends, come along. Counting days till it's over, my friends, till it's over, my friends, come along.
Seal the Deal and Let's Boogie is a hard rock juggernaut that punches with heavy metal riffs, croons with rockabilly swagger, and swings with devilish groove. Volbeat continues to be a genre unto themselves, part Elvis, part Metallica, part outlaw preacher. This album leans into that formula with confidence, delivering tracks that are built for both mosh pits and motorcycle rides. Michael Poulsen's vocals are instantly recognizable, as are the band's hooks. Tight, propulsive, and always teetering on the edge of pop. The album's production is crisp without sanding off the grit, and the energy rarely dips. It's an album that is unapologetic, riff-heavy, and built to last. The band that comes in at number 2 is the aforementioned band that I saw Imagine Dragons open for, and I have to say, as much as I love this band, they were fairly boring live. Some bands are great in the studio and not great on stage, and this is one of them. But this album is a masterpiece. Awall Nation, Megalithic Symphony. Megalithic Symphony is a frenetic, genre-defying debut that hits like a thunderclap. Alt-rock, electro-pop, and punk energy all mashed together in a blender set to chaos. Sail became the breakout single for good reason. But the album as a whole is a restless, unpredictable thrill ride. Songs like Burn It Down and Not Your Fault explode with urgency and manic confidence.
Baby, what I'm yelling at you, it's not your fault, it's not your fault, yeah. And baby, 'cause I'm crazy for you, it's not your fault, it's not your fault, yeah. And baby,
Aaron Bruno's voice swings between whisper and scream, anchoring a sound that's deliberately messy and emotionally raw.
Well, I met an old man dying on a train. No more destination, no more pain. Well, he said one thing before I graduate.
The production choices are bold and sometimes bizarre, but they give this album its identity. And my #1 favorite album of the 2010s, Ghost, Prequel.
In times of turmoil, in times like these, beliefs contagious, spreading disease.
A grand, theatrical plunge into plague, death, and rock and roll. Prequel delivered with the lush polish of arena metal and the theatrical flair of a haunted cathedral. Ghost blends doom-laced subject matter with infectious melody, making a record that's equal parts concept album and earworm generator.
Just wanna be with you in the moonlight. Just wanna be with you all night.
Songs like Rats and Dance Macabre are darkly danceable, catchy yet sinister, filled with choruses meant to be chanted by a stadium-sized congregation. The production is immaculate, layering harmonies, synths, and retro guitar tones in a way that feels vintage and fresh all at once.
This is the moment of just letting go. This is the moment of just letting go.
Tobias Forge's alter ego, Cardinal Copia, brings a sense of camp, framing mortality as a glam rock pageant, inviting you to embrace the apocalypse with style, swagger, and a disco ball overhead, and it is by far my favorite album of the 2010s.
If you had life eternal.
And that's my top 10 favorite albums from 2010. Next season, I'll look at my top 10 favorite albums from the 60s because I haven't done that, and maybe I'll look at my top 10 favorite albums from the first half of the 2020s. Otherwise, we have to wait 5 more years. So why am I talking about next season? Because next week's episode is the Season 3 season finale, where I'll be looking at my top 10 favorite movies from the year I turned 40, 2015. See you then.
From capes to tapes, Gary's on the case. He's breaking down each scene, every place. On Gary Talks, he's quick with his peculiar wits. From plot twists to the comic strips,